Okay, hi everybody. Welcome to the series of a coffee talk. I got this idea this morning when I realized that I can make these relaxed episodes of us having a discussion with a coffee, and I will tell you about the plans, about my feelings, where this channel is going, and we could have this relaxed moment together, take a bit of a retrospective on the past episodes, on the upcoming episodes, on the ideas, and I would like to hear from you down in the comments. How are you feeling about these episodes? How are you feeling about me shooting? If you think that I'm trying to maybe copy someone, tell me. I'll try to reevaluate that and maybe. But I realized that it's not easy to copy them. They are really good, and I'm not trying and I'm not going for that. I'm only taking an inspiration from them. So yeah, I'm inspired by really creative people, and that's what should you be aspiring towards in your life, to be inspired by creative people. And that's what we are all about in here on this channel. Yeah, I'm talking about a coffee talk, and I do not have a coffee, so let me actually get one. Yeah, that's the stuff. Cheers. So in the past videos, as you can see, I'm mighty improving on my motion graphics. I'm really new to the entire After Effects, so I'm learning that one, and I'm looking forward to create several tutorial videos on how I do my stuff around the After Effects. Next, I am going to release 3 or 4 more of the Teach Tuesdays, and then I'm going to promote them on the Instagram and the YouTube to see where the subscription can go if you put a little bit of money into the advertising of those videos. But I'm really happy. I'm also slowly releasing my website, which the clients could reach me on, and we can talk about their projects, and how can I capture those stories of those projects, or create even a simple portraits for their portfolios and etc. I always, when I was recording, I was trying to reach for the camera, for the shot. And I realized that I am doing first thing incorrectly, that I do not have a preview of what I'm filming. And I'm always trying to reach for that little LCD screen on the camera. And I could not see it from the distance, because if I have a cropped camera, I need to set up the camera a little bit further away so I can have the framing exactly as I want it. And I was always reaching with my eyes towards that little screen so I could see better. So I was never really comfortable laying back in the chair and kind of making the video. I was always trying to, am I in focus? Is everything right? Always checking the circumstances, and you need to create the workflow around those circumstances that you can be sure that when you need to go filming, and you have a certain frame. If you are filming outside, as I was an hour ago, I wanted to film with the natural lighting. As you can see, it's already cloud coverage, so the depth behind me in the frame is not that amazing as it was an hour ago. But that's all those things I needed to check before I started filming. But I think it's acceptable. For the future, I have to confess that I have a short film. It's stop motion, and I haven't released that yet. I haven't finished the cut. I think I'm like 70% done, and I know those 30% will take the 70% of the entire time. But it's a story of a corky, as you might have heard from me before, and it's about this cork from a bottle that's experiencing sound, and he finds the sound on the New Year's Eve, and he wants to understand what it is, but he wakes the day after and he cannot hear that sound, so he's looking for it. His story of finding the music It's not long. It's stop motion. It took 4 days to capture and I was on my own. It's not long, but it took a long time. Considering how much effort you have to put into the stop motion and how short it ended up being. By these coffee talks, I wanted to create a little time for us to listen to each other, to hear each other's thoughts, and kind of motivate each other, if you will. I wanted to create a video about the updates on my channel, on my work, but I couldn't find right medium for that. Instagram is one thing, but I don't think that all of you that I have you on YouTube are following me as well on the Instagram. And I had this thought today that I would shoot like 4 or 5 reels for the Instagram. And then I realized I'm not creating any content for my YouTube, and there are the subscribers who are really dedicated for my work. Because I think those subscribers I have on the Instagram are mostly bots. But yeah, by these coffee talks, I could talk to you and tell you what I'm feeling about my past videos and my future episodes. And where this channel is heading. Yeah, and one more thing. Yeah, creating that flow. For me to shoot a video in my studio, those are several steps. I need to restructurize half of a room. I need to put up the lights, set up the black drop, put up the camera, and those are all little things. How much intensity you want in all the lights. All those crucial little things that are postponing actual filming are those little things that needs to be done, and they need to be done fast. You cannot be thinking about them before you are going to shoot, because they're going to slow you down and they're going to take that energy you have for the filming. So really write them down. I'm trying to write down all the setup of the lights, where they are, what intensity they are, and mostly my main light is not really strong, so I'm boosting that up to 100%, so that's not really complicated, but I have to have that color temperature right, because if I will be color grading that afterwards, it will look different than all the other videos. And that's the thing that I'm still struggling with, because sometimes you set the color grading to, I don't know, for example 4000 kelvins, and then you realize you have been shooting outside for a while and you have that set up to 5600 kelvins. That's suddenly not matching the color grading that I have set up to make the entire process easier of cutting my videos in the Premiere Pro. So I end up with a footage that's really warm. It's outstandingly warm, and I'm thinking at that moment, what went wrong? And then I realized, oh my gosh, my color temperature in the light was off the charts. And if you realize this while you're shooting, that's good. It's not great, because great is that you check that thing before the shoot. But if you realize that several days afterwards, when you are not in the place when you were shooting at the beginning, you cannot go back and shoot it again. You will spend a lot of money on the simple thing that you forget to check the temperature of your lights, but you have to spend additional funds on going back to that spot and shoot it again. Or you need to pay a little extra for your editor to spend that extra time fixing the colors in the post-process. But yeah, I'm working on that. Simplifying making of a studio before I'm going to shoot. Simplifying the process, so I'm writing constantly ideas into the notebook of the videos I want to shoot. And I'm still not taking enough time to do the sound design that I would be really proud of. In the videos you have seen, the sound design is getting better. At least I think. What do you think? Tell me. And I really want to spend like the entire day just making a sound design, creating several tracks, as you have seen, not like 5, 7, but maybe 20 tracks, 30 tracks of sound design, and creating little thingies, little clicks, scratches, rubs, things that will create that flow of understanding the environment, because sound design is mostly making you understand the environment that the actor is in. If there is no sound design, you don't know that there is a high wind, that there are cars running around, that there is a highway in the vicinity, firework, that there is a lightning of a candle, I would say bombs in the background, but that's not really appropriate at this time. Many things happening all around you. that you are not using microphone, you are using mostly external microphone that is dedicated to capture fiddle sound of the environment. But if you have taken that time and you recorded the actual sounds of the area that you are filming in and using it as a separate track for just the ambient sounds of that specific place that you were in, you are done with the sound design. You do not have to fiddle with it afterwards. You can, it's always appreciated. That's the thing that I like most about. I have been watching this very successful Netflix series Wednesday. I didn't want to see it. I don't know why, but I've seen the first series and it's a blast. It's those sound design things, that camera, the lighting, and it honors the original Addams Family. It's really amazing. I really recommend you checking it out. Wednesday on Netflix, go and check it out. That's really good. And one last thing I have realized, when I wake up, I turn on the YouTube and I look for some smooth jazz to start up the day. But most of the time I'm not looking for jazz, I'm looking for some motivational music. And I know that I could just fire up Spotify and play my own playlist, but I'm looking for inspiration. And as I'm scrolling through those thumbnails, as the YouTube is feeding me all these, learn how to do this, learn how to do that, learn how to use your money right, learn this in the After Effects, learn that in the After Effects. It's kind of taking an energy from me because I'm realizing what I haven't learned yet and what I should learn in the upcoming hours. And it's really hard in the morning. So I realized that I would just play music from the Spotify and that'll be for the best. When you are watching these little clips on the Instagram or on the TikTok, I do not have, yes, I do have a TikTok, but there are no videos from me, at least I think. And you're watching these shorts. One thing is not correct about that, and it's rooted in our psychology. It's that flow, that fast flow of information, video and audio combined, that's taking the creative energy from me. When I'm watching these videos for about a half an hour, I am squeezed out of energy for a half a day, maybe entire day. And at the moment I turn them off and I watch a single episode of some Netflix series or whatever, I realize that I have suddenly so many thoughts on how to do something better. I watched this movie the other day, some short movie on the YouTube, and it inspired me in 6 alternative take-ons that idea inside a short film that was radically different if I would be watching for the same amount of time Instagram Reels. Sometimes that question, that what's the creative process of those people on those Instagram Reels, that has no simple answer, because most of the time they are just looking for viral videos, and those videos are not good. They do not have a color grading, they do not have a framing, they do not need color grading, they do not need specific and sophisticated sound design. They do not have a content, and they do not have script, they do not have anything. They are not thought through. Cameraman that took them just thought that they could be viral, they could be interesting to others, so he films that and puts it on Instagram, and sometimes those videos gets viral and they gives him hundreds and thousands of subscribers, but they are short-term. If he won't put something good in the short amount of time, because those people are coming back and watching that video again, and if he won't put something in the similar magnitude on those reels, he will lose those subscribers. Almost, I think they will just remain silent, but he will lose them. And if you know that guy who started that meme with you know this guy, everyone knows this guy. And when I first saw him, I realized that amazing idea, this guy is creative, this is amazing. And he continued with that, and now he has like millions of subscribers, because he continued with that idea that made him stand out of the crowd. But you have to be careful about this. If you're filming stuff that's coming and going all of the time, and you do not have a system in that, You could end up filming something that will be amazing. I would say this harshly, but you put zero effort into that. You just recorded something and that's slamming on Instagram and it's done. But if you haven't thought about it before, if you do not have that process, if there was no script, no idea, and you want to take advantage from it, watch it like 500 times and learn what you have done, learn what was viral in that video. But that's really hard process. I was thinking to myself, if I want this to happen, and no. It's really hard to watch something you recorded. Try to take something out of it that you haven't put there intentionally. Like, that's the hardest. Even now when I'm recording, I'm thinking about what I would bring next time. How can I improve the quality, make it more catchy? How can I make it more dynamic, more myself? Because I get really excited when I get to shoot something. I do not know why, what draws me towards that so much. But when I see the framing, when I can tell from the frame what was the intention, or even better, if I cannot think about the intention, but I'm just consumed by the story, I cannot even breathe, that's the pinnacle point of the cinematography. That's the moment when you are not breathing. You hear the crackling sound of ice, you see the actor standing on the ice, you hear some creature underneath it, and when the ice cracks and he falls through, you will stop breathing. And you will wait for him to reach out with the hand, crawl up from the water and roll through the ice to the safety. But that's the moment the director wants you to reach for, and suddenly it's silent. It's inside the cinema. No one is even breathing. No one is eating popcorn. No one is snorkeling on their soda. Everyone is silent and waiting for something to happen. When the Avengers Endgame came out, and everyone was cheering inside the cinema. I think the director wanted this to happen. And some people hated it, some people was cheering with them, someone was angry. You know, that's the power of a cinema. If you can bring this inside of the people's hearts towards. Yeah, but I think I have taken this episode for longer than I wanted, so I enjoyed your company here, and I'll be releasing more videos in the upcoming weeks. I'll gladly see you in them as well. And in the meantime, take it breezy, relax, and mostly stay creative.